All right, we really need to talk about what's going on with these new reports coming out of Pakistan. They're about former Prime Minister Imran Khan's health in prison. And frankly, they are alarming. What apparently started as a complaint about some blurred vision seems to have spiraled into a major health crisis, and it's raising some very serious questions. So let's just start with this number, 15%. What is that? Well, according to Imran Khan's lawyers, that's all the vision he has left in his right eye. Just let that sink in for a moment. That is a staggering, life-altering loss of sight for anyone, let alone a high-profile figure in a prison cell. And this quote from his lawyer, Salman Safdar, it really brings home the human cost of all this. He describes Khan as visibly perturbed and deeply distressed. This tells us it's not just a physical problem anymore, it's about the severe mental and emotional toll, the feeling of being completely neglected when he needed urgent medical help. So how did we even get here? I mean, for anyone who might only know him as a cricket legend or is just now tuning in, it's a fair question. Let's do a quick recap of the journey that took Imran Khan from the highest office in Pakistan to a prison cell. I mean, his story is just incredible, right? He's a national hero, the guy who captained Pakistan's cricket team to glory. He then took that massive popularity and channeled it straight into politics, becoming prime minister from 2018 to 2022. But ever since he was ousted from power, it has been a non-stop legal storm, leading to his imprisonment in August 2023. And he isn't just facing one charge, he's facing over 100 of them. So how does someone's health, specifically their vision, get this bad? Well, this didn't just happen overnight. It seems to have unfolded over several months, so let's walk through the actual timeline of this ailment. And this timeline is where things get really concerning, because it paints a picture of alleged neglect. 3 to 4 months ago, he first reports blurry, hazy vision. The response? Reportedly just some eye drops. That's it. Then, on January 24th, he gets a quick 20-minute medical procedure, after which an official claims he's fine and healthy. But you fast forward to this week, and his lawyer drops a bombshell. The diagnosis is a blood clot, and it's already caused an 85% loss of vision. The disconnect here is just, wow. All of this naturally leads to the bigger question. What are his actual conditions like in prison? And depending on who you ask, you get two completely different, totally contradictory stories about what life is like for him inside a Diyala jail. So on one side, you've got his lawyer's report, which sounds pretty grim. We're talking a hot, humid room filled with insects and mosquitoes, really basic furniture, and he's apparently had food poisoning 2 or 3 times. But then you hear the official description, calling him the most privileged prisoner in Pakistan, saying he has access to gym equipment and even a personal cook. I mean, these two descriptions could not possibly be further apart. So what do we actually know for sure? Well, his lawyer's report gives us some concrete details. His cell apparently has about 100 books, a couple of dumbbells for exercise, and a prayer mat. He has a helper for cleaning, and he gets access to a small lawn during the day. And then there's this little detail. He has a TV, but it doesn't even work. It's these specific things that start to give you a more tangible sense of his daily reality. Okay, so with this really serious health situation getting worse, Khan's legal team knew they had to do something big. They didn't just go to the media. They took formal action and brought the whole issue right to Pakistan's Supreme Court. Right. This was a formal submission, directly to the Chief Justice. The request was really clear and to the point. Give him access to expert eye doctors, let him talk to his family, and improve his overall prison conditions. It was a direct appeal to the highest court in the land. And the court actually responded. They came back with 2 immediate rulings. First, and this is a big one, they granted him access to his own personal physicians for an examination. That means doctors he trusts. Second, they permitted him to make phone calls to his sons. Now, these might seem small, but for someone in his isolated situation, these are pretty significant concessions. So while this healthcare ruling is definitely a notable victory for his team, it is so important to place it in the much, much larger context of the legal storm that Imran Khan is still facing. And this number really says it all. 100 plus. He is facing charges in over 100 different cases. They literally range from leaking state secrets to illegally selling state gifts, all of which he maintains are just politically motivated. You can see how this one very serious health issue is just one facet of an absolutely immense and complex legal saga. Which leaves us with this final big question to think about.
In the grand scheme of things, for a leader facing a mountain of legal challenges like this, does a single humanitarian ruling on his health actually signal a real change? Or is this just a minor chapter, a small blip, in a much larger political story that is far from over?